This is Wilbur, and we're playing Mechabellum. Hey guys, we got a replay review here up against my favorite opponent right now, none other than HR Geiger Chad. He is an absolute blast to play against. Most games end up having some kind of kooky strategy that comes out. In this one, I am Elite Specialist with the Tarantula Crawler start, and HR is going to be balls and crawls, grabbing those arc lights on round 1. I opt for the hound on round 2. I think, on round 1. I think level 2 hounds are really good for Elite Specialist. I think hounds are also pretty good against steel balls. So I think that's the reasoning I go for them here. They also are pretty tanky into the arc light. Arc light only doing 347 per shot, and the hound having 1692 HP on that. Level 2, so pretty tanky. They won't be falling too fast, so hopefully these arc lights will get stuck onto our hounds, allowing our tarantulas to DPS down everything. Me and HR have played, I think, maybe 3 or 4 times up against each other now, and I think we're pretty much even on the win-loss rate here. HR, I think, sometimes is way up in the MMR, and sometimes he's all the way down in 1800s. Depends on how much he's memeing, and, like, I don't know. He's definitely, does some things I think a lot of players are uncomfortable trying, so always swinging his MMR all over the place. Round 2, we get Subsidized Steel Ball. Elite Hacker card comes out, which I think is a very good card lately, so I think both of us end up grabbing it here. I think Subsidized Steel Ball had a little bit of an argument for HR. So I come in with a level 2 crawler right onto this arc light. Level 2 crawlers do take care of arc lights pretty fast when they're on the when they spawn right next to him right here, so I think this was a pretty good move for me. This is also going to distract this pack of crawlers and steel balls for a while. I also grab a Fang, looking to protect this Tarantula a little bit from this steel ball pack. And HR just adding some Fangs to his board on this second round. And another pack of steel balls. Nope, maybe not. Yeah, not another pack of steel balls. So we'll see the hounds doing some work here. The crawlers not being able to spawn in this round. Going to lose us the round here, but next round this should be a lot more effective. Steel balls locking onto our tarantulas and them not having a whole heck of a lot of chance there. In round 2, we get our first unit drop. HR taking the melting point. I'm not sure I would have grabbed this if I were him. There isn't a whole lot on my board that's begging for melting points. Maybe what he saw was, you know, melting point kind of counters the other options here in itself, so it seems like a pretty good buy. I think I was thinking about the Scorpion a lot here, but I think I opt for the quad marksman deployment. It's just a lot of deployments at this state of the game, and it's also pretty good against these steel balls and arc lights. And the arc lights are my kind of my main focus here. If I can take down those arc lights, the chaff clear suddenly goes away, and then the steel balls get stuck on my chaff. So HR actually, I believe, sells this arc light that was right here and just repositions it away from the level 2 crawlers a little bit to save it from getting instantly killed. I also level my second tower, or my weak side tower here, to help with any kind of shenanigans that would come over here. I think I'm really open to like a steel ball play over here on my board, so this will buy a little bit of extra time for hopefully this left side to win out. I do add a level 2 tarantula over here, looking to get an edge on this pack that's a little bit weaker. And I also get a second level 2 crawler on the flank on the top left. So I'll look at mostly where this action's coming in. So this time the tarantula is getting the best of the chaff clear game. Our crawlers over here that we deployed last round definitely did a good job distracting all of these units, but these balls are now level 2 as well as that crawler pack. Here comes our crawlers into that tower, getting it really quickly once they're onto it since they're level 2. And I think that crawler pack is going to win us this round. All these marksmen are going to be able to pick off that level 2 steel ball and clear up those level 2 crawlers. And that is our round 3. So a fun little headbutt this game's kind of turning into. Still no elite hackers coming out. So this round we get Orbital Bombard. I think it's pretty hard to ignore. Javelin is also interesting. I think I was thinking about Javelin to kill the Melter, but I thought HR might just sell it since it's not really important to his board. HR opting to just go into more Arc Lights, getting the range here. Arc Lights just seem to still be the go-to chaff clear unit, so we still see a lot of players favoring the Arc Light over the Hounds or some other options. This round I grabbed the Spider Mine. Spider Mine scale with Tarantula levels, so since I'm going to have access to the level 2 Tarantula right away, we get more damage from these Tarantulas, increasing their HP by 750 and damage by 4,500 per level. So I think elite specialist with Tarantulas is quite good. I'm not really sure where I want to put it. I want to go after this tower, but then it's so vulnerable, so I actually bring it back to the center here, looking to just overwhelm this kind of right side of this headbutt. Both of us getting the Orbital Bombard. I think Geiger placed his a little bit better than I did. I think I should have maybe moved mine over here, maybe even bombarding my own units a little bit to kind of deal with this pile of units that's going to end up over here. So here comes those bombards. Our level 2 crawler's not quite getting to the Arc Light now that it has range to take it out. So with the bombard, I think we're going to have a hard time winning this round. Here comes some of our mines getting in there. At least we got the shield this round. It looks like this Tarantula is on a journey to take this weak side tower, but there's just too much on this board for him to deal with on his own. So there goes that tower from our crawlers. So now I think these mines are going to be able to get this left side tower where the headbutt was. There it goes. Looks like if we're lucky, we'll get this Arc Light. Yeah, there goes the Arc Light, and there goes our Tarantula. So round 4 going the way of HR here. In round 5, we get a unit drop. So we get triple Rhinos, double Typhoons, a Vulcan, and the I can't even remember the name of the other one right now, but both of us grabbing the Typhoon here. There's the first elite hacker coming down, so HR going for it. I'm opting just to avoid it. I say to myself, I'm going to go for Typhoons and grab the barrier. Barrier is, anything with barriers is pretty good against the hacker. The hackers will latch onto the barrier and it's not hack a unit. So I grab the shield, and then HR going for a little flank with some crawlers, but we have blue crawlers on that backside, so they are going to clean it up. However, we do lose our chaff. So all of the chaff is going to be on the shoulders of these spider mines. We get the hacker. Our left side's almost falling down here on the headbutt, but we did get rid of that melting point, and it looks like we're going to have enough to clean it up with Typhoon with the bubbles coming in clutch. There goes the tower, and this Arc Light doesn't have a chance here. So in round 6, we get a card round. This round, I spent a lot of time thinking about Assault Fortress, and I ended up grabbing the Acid Blast since I thought it was a game-winning spell. Most of the time, I do not go for Acid Blast since it's so easily countered by shields. And then the following round, it's so easily countered by something like Photon Emission on a boat or the Farseer. So a very risky card. This game, it's going to pay off because we're going to see no bubbles come from HR. I grabbed more Typhoons thinking, hey, HR might actually Acid Blast me. So I want to cover every single space I can on the front of my board. So we'll slow this down a little bit here. Watch that Acid Blast come down, and with the Acid Blast, the units on it just get vaporized. So all of our units are starting to connect to other units in the center here. The hackers are stuck on these bubbles. There was the first Fang it grabbed. A couple of crawlers going over to the hackers here. Melting point latching onto a tarantula, getting through that barrier. But there's just, with this acid, just not enough beef on the line here. Acid does so much, gives your units so much more damage. So a nice, quick defeat this round. And there's so many units left on my side of the board. This is actually going to be game. Just barely taking out HR. So I wanted to illustrate this game. Like sometimes like these cards that are risky this early on round 6 can be worth it. I think Acid, sometimes people are so disenfranchised with it because it's burnt them so many times in the past that occasionally if you try it, like you might get lucky like this. So next time you see that Acid card, think hard about it. Like, is my opponent actually going to shield? How much value can I get out of it? Is there a good option for my opponent to take Photon Emission next round? So sometimes you have to ask yourself these questions, and if some of these answers are, hey, I don't think they can afford a bubble right now, or maybe they aren't going to put that barrier on their hacker this round. They just got range, and that's expensive now. Or maybe they just put down fortresses, and they've opted for anti-air first. And if you get anti-air first, all of a sudden that fortress barrier is so much more expensive the following round. So these are kind of situations where I think the Acid might actually be an option. Sometimes your opponent's economy just does not allow for that barrier to come up. So anyway, I hope you think about it a little bit different next time, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
We have quite the selection for you here. 2 Mechabellum videos just for you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. Watch out for flanks coming your way.